And we are live. This is UFC Fight Night 93, Barnett versus Arlovski. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? It's Justin. Last night, it was a decent card. I mean, Pettis looked pretty good. We got that Van Zant knockout in the second round. And, damn, dude, Conde got smoked. Dude. You called it. I cannot believe he was like a wipeout out there, dude.
Yeah, I can't believe Maya made it look so easy. Like, did Conde forget how to defend the takedown at all, or what?
He does have bad takedown defense, but dude, Maya just showed that he's a freaking threat, dude. Honestly,
he kind of seems like the Khabib of the welterweight division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a good grappler. No one can stop him. I want to see him against
Wonderboy. I'm nervous for Wonderboy. I mean, Wonderboy's takedown defense better be spot on, or he's gonna get subbed.
It'll be hard to take him down. I want to see that fight. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I don't see Wonderboy getting taken down, but it's gonna be close.
Because Woodley's trying to duck fighting Wonderboy. It seems like he wants to fight like
GSP and D. I hate Woodley. Woodley's such a tool.
Easy. He wants to fight. He wants to bring back someone from retirement, huh? Like someone that hasn't fought in time.
He's a bitch. I don't like Woodley. But anyways, okay. Start off with the first fight.
All right, let's go off with the first fight. I got Martin Buschkamp versus Alex Enlund. They're going to be fighting at 145. First, I'm going to start off with Martin Buschkamp. He's got nine wins. He's undefeated. 7 of his wins come from submission. So he's got a very good submission game. And then we got Alex Enlund over there. He's a 5'9". He's 14-2. He's got two KOs and 11 submissions. So both of these guys have got some good submissions in their background. I think it seems like they're both making their UFC debut, right?
Yeah.
So to be honest, I haven't really seen much tape of them. I've just kind of seen them on paper. But if I were to I'm probably gonna have to guess. I'm probably gonna go with Alex Enlund for the win, just because he's a little bit more dynamic. He's got some striking and submission wins. So I think he's only got 2 losses. He's not undefeated, so maybe that adds a little bit more experience. So I'm gonna go with Alex Enlund for the win. What about you?
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is that both his losses are by sub, and Martin has 7 subs. But I give the edge to England too, because he's fought in better competition. He's beaten Artem, and he subbed him too. So Artem's better than all the guys that Martin's beaten, in my opinion. Martin's has a 1-year layoff, and England just fought in June and got a win. So I'm going to go with England. He's fought the better competition. He subbed Artem in the first round. And I'm not going to bet on this fight because they're both making the debut, but I'll pick England by like a decision. The next fight we got in the lightweight division, we got Rustam Kavalam versus Leandro Silva. I like this fight. I'm a big Kavalam fan. He's a Russian, and he's a beast. He trains at Jackson's. He's at 19-3, and I think Silva has the same record, 19-3. Kavalam's, he's like a gatekeeper. I mean, he's been ranked before. He's fought in good competition. He's beaten Jorge Masvidal. I think Masvidal got robbed. It was a close fight of the night a couple years back, and he looked good against Benson before he got subbed in the 4th round. And he's coming off a good win against Chris Wade. He showed he has a really good chin. Chris Wade dropped him with a switch kick, and he ate it, dude, and just like turned it on from there. Like, he looked really good after that drop. So he's really good chin. He has really good sambo, really good wrestling, and he's good on the feet. And Silva's like your average Grayson T-Bow. He's built really like big, but he gasses out. And I don't see Kavalam gassing out. So I see Kavalam getting a decision. I don't see a finish in this fight because Kavalam doesn't really finish, but I see a 30-27 decision for Kavalam. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really too impressed by either of these guys. Leandro has got some submissions, but I haven't really seen him do it in the UFC. So I don't know. Have you? I don't think he has. Oh yeah,
I think he got one against Dober, but it got overturned.
He got one against Brenneman too, but
Yeah, Brenneman's washed up and
Brenneman
doesn't even fight anymore.
sucks. So
I don't think. Yeah, Silva's game is he likes to smother people, and he can't smother Kavalam. I don't see him taking Kavalam off the ground. So
yeah, he's got that good sambo. He's gonna defend the takedown pretty well, I think. But I'm probably gonna have to agree with you with Rustam just because he just seems like he's a tough Russian or Eastern European fighter. So
yeah, he's good. Dude.
So yeah, I'll go with him as well. What do you have as the next fight? Do you have Veronica versus Ashley?
No, I got Scott Askham versus Jack Hermanson.
All right, we'll do that next then.
Okay, it's a good matchup.
Out of these, Scott Askren, he's 185. They'll be fighting in the middleweight division, and he's going to be fighting Jack Hermanson, the Joker. Pretty cool nickname, but it's not going to be cool enough. I think John Askren is going to win. He's got 14 wins, 2 losses, 2 submissions, 9 KOs. He's coming off a win from Chris Dempsey. He went to a decision with Krzysztof Jotko, and we know how beast Jotko can be, right, Justin?
Yeah, he knocked out my boy Tamdan. We know.
He knocked him out real quick, and so yeah, it just shows that he's got a chin. You know, he can strike with some pretty hard hitters. He got to win off Antonio Dos Santos, Max Nunez, and then over here we got Jack Hermanson. He's got 13 wins. I think they says 8 KOs, 4 submissions. So both of these guys are pretty good, if you ask me. But I just think that Scott Askham has fought the better people, and I think he's going to get the win. What about you?
Yeah, this is one of the most exciting matchups in the card. Both these guys are big 185ers, and they're both killers. They're both finishers. Hermanson's making his debut. He's the former Cage Warriors champ, and both these guys are from England, so it's going to be in their hometown. It's a good matchup, but I give the edge to Askham. I mean, he's fought better competition, like you said. His only two losses are against Jocko. It was a split, and it could have gone either way. And he lost to what's his face, Magnus Sellenblad, and that guy's a beast. And I honestly ask him both his wins in the UFC, both by knockout in the first round. So he's a finisher. He has heavy knees. We saw that in his knockout against Dos Santos. And Hermanson's good. I mean, he has 12 wins by finish. But honestly, this fight all goes down to Askham fighting the better competition. So I'm going to have to go with Askham. And I can either see a decision, maybe a third-round TKO. I just think Askham's going to be too much for him. Maybe Hermanson might do good after this fight, but it's a pretty tough task to go in there against Askham. All right. The next fight, we got a heavyweight. We got Jairus Danho against Christian Colombo. I don't really care about this fight because it's another heavyweight, fight. And I like heavyweight fights, but I don't like betting on them. And Colombo's making his debut, and Danho is 0-1. Both these guys are at the bottom of this division. Danho lost to Daniel Omechak, and Omechak just got an impressive win in his last fight. And Colombo's, making his debut. He's 8-1. He has his only losses by sub. I don't know. I think Danyo's been in UFC before. He's fought once and he lost a close decision. I think Colombo's gonna be bigger than him, but I'm just gonna pick Danho by a decision. I mean, not a lot of heavyweight fights go decision, but I'm gonna pick it. So I'm not betting on this fight. What about you?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to disagree with you, even though Colombo is making his debut in the UFC. To me, it looks like he has a little bit more of an impressive resume. He's got a little more fights under his belt. He's got 9 fights. The only guy I think has 7. I mean, it's not. They both don't have many, but I was looking at this guy, and he's got like 6 KOs under his belt. So to me, that's pretty impressive. But then Daniel, the Mountain, he's also got some 2 submissions. So he does have a little bit more tools up in his He's got a little bit more tricks up his sleeve, But I think I'm gonna have to agree with you after I change my mind. I really don't know much about these fighters, but they both look big, but big and strong. They both have KOs under their belt, but I think I'm gonna go with uh, Danho because he's been in the UFC at least once already. He's got that. He's got the nervousness out of his system. You know what I mean? He knows what it's like to be in the octagon. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't watched tape on Colombo, so I mean, if I watch tape, maybe I'll make another decision. But as right now, I'm gonna pick Danho.
yeah, I'm probably gonna go with you too. I'm gonna agree with Danho too, just because he's got some submissions as well.
He's
I like
more
some of
well-rounded,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, more well rounded. Exactly. So who do you have for the next fight?
I got it's tape. I can call it. It's up to you. I got. You want me to call it up?
It's cool. Do you have Nick Hein versus the Taehun Bang?
No, I got Taylor Lapilus versus Issa.
All right. Yeah, go for it. Call it out.
Okay, we got Taylor Lapilus, who's 10-2, and you got Leandro Issa, who's 13-5. Both these guys are pretty good. We got Issa, who's a big jiu-jitsu guy. I mean, he has 9 wins by sub. This guy's good on the ground. But Lapilus is a big 135. He's built like an action figure. He lost his last fight against Eric Perez. It was a pretty close fight, and I just think Lapilus is more well-rounded. I think he can. I don't see him getting taken down. I see this fight staying on the feet. He has good stand-up. He's good on the ground too. He has 7 wins by finish. A lot of his wins are by sub. Both these guys are good on the ground. I see Lapilus being he's the younger dude. He's fought 4 times I think in the UFC, and he has some good wins. And I just see him finishing Issa on the feet, honestly. So Issa has 2 losses by KO and 2 losses by sub. And I'm just gonna go with Lapilus. I think he's fought in better competition. I think he has a better chin. And I think he has better stand-up. And I think he has good takedown defense. So I'm going to go with Lapilus by a second round finish. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you too. The fact that that guy Issa has been knocked out twice already is just already like questionable. It doesn't seem like Lapilus has been knocked out. He's only lost decision. So
yeah, he's a tough dude. Super
right. He's a tough guy. So and he's got more KOs in his belt than the other guy. So he's also more well-rounded, and I always like to go for the more well-rounded guy because I think he's going to be able to keep it standing, and Issa's not going to like it, and he's just going to feel uncomfortable. And I think Lapilus is just going to pick him apart and eventually get the TKO or the KO.
I can see Issa going for a shitty takedown and getting subbed.
Right. Just getting stuffed. They're just getting stuffed, and then like eventually he's going to break, and he's gonna give up, and Lapilus is going to get the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the next fight is the girl fight.
All right, next fight I got so next fight it's going to be Veronica Macedo versus Ashley Evans Smith. Macedo is undefeated so far. She's 5-0, and then we got Ashley. She's 4-1. This is going to be it's going to be a girl fight at the 135. The division is still kind of shallow, so these girls are both, to me, in my opinion, they're both kind of under the radar still. I don't really know much about them. It seems like this girl Veronica Macedo is making her UFC debut, right? She's coming from some weird organizations, and then we got Ashley Evans Smith that's just coming off of a split decision win over Marion Renew. She lost to Raquel Pennington, and then before that she was in the World Series of Fighting. So just because of that, I think I'm gonna have to go with Ashley, just because she's fought in better organizations. She's already fought in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
She did lose already, but she's also gotten she's also got a split decision win. So she's got a few TKOs too. So probably just gonna have to go with her, just because she's been around the UFC already, fought in better organizations, and to me, she's probably the better fighter. What about you?
Yeah, before I make my pick, she's pretty hot, dude. Ashley Evans Smith is one of the hottest girls in the UFC by far. She doesn't look like a fighter, but she's good, dude. She's ranked 13th. She won a close decision against Renault. It could have went either way, but Marion Renault is a beast. So my hat goes off to Smith. She lost to Rocky, and before she got subbed, she was looking decent. She's a big girl. She's tall, and she likes to fight on the feet, dude. She has good stand-up, good knees, and she's good on the ground, too. She's just more well-rounded than Veronica. Veronica has not fought the competition that Ashley has, and I see Ashley winning this fight by a finish. I know girl fights don't go most go the distance, but Smith's a finisher, and I see her being too much for her, and I see maybe her connecting with some knees. So I'm going to go with the first-round finish, dude, for Ashley Evans Smith. I hope the line's close, but I'm probably going to be betting on her, to be honest.
Yeah, huh? She seems like a lot.
Yeah, dude, she's a tough SOB, dude. I like her, dude, especially in her last fight. She has a good chin, too, a really good chin. So, all right, the next pick, this is one of my most confident picks on the card. I'm definitely betting on this dude. We got Peter Sobotta versus Nicholas Dalby. Sobotta is 15-5-1. We got Dalby, who's Nicholas Dalby, 14-1-1. I know Sobotta's the favorite right now, and Dalby's the dog. Dalby's going to be my dog of the night, besides someone else later. Peter Sobotta's, he had 2 impressive wins. Not impressive. The first fight against Paul Polak was a boring decision, and Polak's terrible, in my opinion. Then he beat Steve Kennedy, who's a joke. That dude was one of the worst fighters ever on the roster. And then he went against Kyle Noak, and Kyle Noak just embarrassed him with a body kick, knockout. And Noak just looked pretty bad in his last fight, to be honest. Noak's an inconsistent veteran. We got Dalby, who's only lost once, and against Zach Cummings in a very good fight. And Dalby has one of the best chins out there, dude, in the division. He keeps on coming. He's super aggressive. He's 1-1-1. He had a tie against Darren Till, a draw, and he lost the first 2 rounds, got his ass kicked, went out there, had a 10-8 round, dropped Till twice. He just keeps on. He gets better, and he's so good in the later rounds. He has so much heart. He's such a gamer, dude, and he got a draw in that fight. And he looked good against Cummings, but Cummings is a little too much. But he has a good chin, dude. Dalby's not going to get finished. Has very good stand-up, and he's good on the ground, too. He doesn't like to go to the ground because he has very good stand-up, but he can take it to the ground if he wants to. He can hold his own. And I just see him being too much for Sobotta, to be honest. So I'm going to go with the decision for Nicholas Dalby. What about you?
You seem real confident about this kid.
I'm super confident in Dalby. Dude, he's a good fighter, man.
He's got a lot of decisions, dude.
He does. He's not much of a finisher, but he doesn't get finished. He has 1 loss. Look at his record. And that was against Cummings. And Cummings is a pretty good fighter, in my opinion.
Cummings is pretty good, yeah.
He's so aggressive, dude, Dalby. And he doesn't mind getting hit because he has a good chin.
I'm not that confident, though, in Dalby, though, to be honest. He's still kind of new in the UFC. It doesn't seem like, I don't know. I feel like
he's a former Cage Warriors champion. So this dude has been a champion before.
Yeah, I just feel like Sobotta has a little bit more impressive wins recently, But I don't know. I have to do some tape. But just looking at it, I'd probably have to disagree and go with Sobotta with the win. Just because it just seems like he's got a lot of submission wins over recently. His ground game looks pretty good. I'd have to watch some tape to bet on these guys, but I'm probably gonna have to go with Sobotta.
All right, I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna go Dalby by a knockout. I just see him connecting the body. Sobotta was weak to the body against Noak and got taken out in 2 minutes in the first round. I know Dalby's not much of a finisher, but I see Dalby with his aggressive stand-up, connecting the body and finishing him. He's gonna make a statement in this fight. He has a very good future, so I got Dalby by finish, not decision.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm interested to see this fight now because I didn't really know. I mean, I didn't really care much about it until now. You sound really confident about this kid Dalby. So
yeah, I've seen every fight from Dalby and Sobotta, and I think Dalby has advantage. He's younger too, but we'll see. You need to watch some tape because you'll see how good Dalby is.
All right. Well, what do we got next? I got Jacine Arya versus Jim Wallhead.
Yeah, it's a fight.
All right. Jacine Arya is 15-3, and we got Jim Wallhead. Walhead. He's 29-9. They're going to be fighting at the 170. This guy, Ayari, is making his UFC debut. Jim Walhead is also making his UFC debut. And
wait, the first dude's not making his debut. He's already fought once.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Who has he fought?
He fought Mikel Leboeuf. And that Mikel dude, he beat Thibaut Gotti, the guy that Lapilus just beat. I think he subbed in like 14 seconds.
Oh.
He dropped him and then subbed him. That Thibaut guy's terrible. That guy's getting cut.
Oh, it shows on here that he's making they're both. So wait, so who's fought already? Jessen?
Jessen.
Oh. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm probably gonna have to go with Jessen then, just because he's got the UFC experience. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going with him too. Wallhead, you know, he has a lot of experience. I mean, he's 29-9, but I think that Mikel Leboeuf win is more impressive than any other of Wallhead's wins. So, Jessen's kind of well-rounded too. I mean, he's good on the feet, he's good on the ground. I haven't done that much tape on Wallhead either, but he's making his debut, so I'm just gonna go. I don't know, man. Like I like picking guys making their debut, but it's hurt me so many times. So now I'm gonna have to be more like, you know, cautious about that. Like look what Gigliotti did, and I watched so much tape on him. So it depends though. There's some certain fights I'll pick the guy making his debut, but in this one I'm gonna go with Justin. He's just looked a little more impressive, and he's I don't know. I think that one win against Mikel is more impressive than any of Wallhead's wins. So it's not a better competition. All right. We got Nick Hein next in the lightweight division versus Taehang Bang. This is a pretty straightforward fight. I'm not going to bet because I think this in the line's going to be pretty big. But, yeah, I think Nick Hein's more well-rounded, to be honest. He's 13-2. We got Bang who's 18-9. Hein fought a very close fight against James Vick, and a lot of people thought he beat Vick, to be honest. So ever since that fight, I mean, I think Nick Hein, I don't see him, like, making waves in the division. He's kind of a boring fighter. Like he has okay stand up, he's okay in the ground, he's not really good anywhere, but he's a big dude and he has a good chin. But I just don't see him getting like fighting the top 15 guys and beating them, you know. Bang has 3 sub losses, and we got Hein who has I think 4 wins by sub. So I see a decision. I see Hein fighting better guys, and I think he's more well-rounded than Bang. I don't think Bang's that impressive in my opinion. I think he's going to get cut after this fight. And I just see Hein getting a decision. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you too. I see Nick Hein getting a decision. Nothing too crazy. I'm not really excited about this fight either. I think it's going to be kind of boring. I think Nick Hein's going to play it safe and just outpoint him and get the decision. Yeah.
The next 3 fights are pretty. I'm excited for them for sure.
Yeah, I know. They're pretty much the ones I care about. No, I'm kidding. There's the other too. But all right, let's go on. Let's call it fire. I've had my eye on. It's Ryan Bader versus Ilir Latifi. Ryan Bader is 20-5. Ilir Latifi is 20-4. They're going to be fighting at the light heavyweight division, 205. And, you know, I think this is going to be a good fight. To me, I think this is going to be a dog. To me, in my opinion, this is dog of the night, Ilir Latifi. A lot of people are saying that Bader has fought the better people. And, yeah, I agree. He has fought better people. But to me, in my opinion, he's not that impressive. You know, he gets the decision wins. He barely ever has recently got a finish. He got knocked out. You know, his chin is glass. He got knocked out by Anthony Johnson, Glover Teixeira, Lyoto Machida, and I think Ilir is going to be the next guy to be doing that because I think he's on his way up, man. Ilir Latifi, he's going to make a name for himself, and he's just a beast, dude. At 205, he's so solid, dude. He's built the house. He just runs through people. He did get knocked out though against John Blachowicz, but that was a kick to the body, you know. So I don't think I don't think his chin is really to be questioned. I think he's got a better chin than Bader. So, and I think his defense his grappling is gonna be good enough to defend the takedown. And I think he's just gonna be too much for Bader. He's gonna be running at him like a freight train. And I think he's gonna get a first round TKO or knockout. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll be super shocked if Bader knocks him out. I just don't see that happening. If that happens, I'm gonna be like, what? Speechless. But yeah, Bader's only path to victory is taking him down, holding on him. But I don't see Bader taking this guy down. He's built like a brick shithouse. Yes, he beat OSP. He took him down at will for 5 rounds and just laid on him. But OSP doesn't have the best takedown defense, and I think Latifi, you cannot take this dude down, man. He's short, but he's so buff, he's so muscular. And even if he does take Latifi down, there's no way he's gonna be able to hold him down. So Bader has, he has some good power on the feet, but I just think Latifi has more power. And yeah, Bader's been impressive. I mean, before the Anthony Johnson knockout, he went on a big winning streak, but they're all boring decisions, dude, to be honest, He just laid on those guys for 3 rounds, 5 rounds. You cannot do that to Latifi. Latifi has some really good power. His chin, he has 1 knockout loss in the UFC, 1 in the past, but I don't see Bader hurting him on the feet, and I honestly see Latifi connecting really fast. He always does in those fights. I see Latifi cracking him like maybe once or twice, and Bader's going to go out. So I got Latifi by a first-round finish, and he's my other most confident dog besides Dalby. I might do a parlay with him. And, yeah, Bader's chin, dude, he's on his way out. Latifi's on his way up. I do not see Bader. He suffered an Anthony Johnson knockout fast. You think his chin is going to be able to last against Latifi, who hits like a sledgehammer, his nickname? He hits so hard, dude. He's going to go out. Night-night for Bader, fast. So I got Latifi. First-round KO.
All right, I agree. Next fight.
Next fight.
Next fight is going to be a good one too. It's at the light heavyweight. It's Alexander Gustafsson versus John Blachowicz. Blachowicz is the guy that TKO'd Latifi, but ever since then he hasn't been that impressive. He lost to Jimmy Manua and Corey Anderson. Jimmy Manua is whatever. So he's going to be fighting Alexander Gustafsson, who, in my opinion, is like considered the best number 2 guy, in the light heavyweight division. He's like the gatekeeper. In the Benio Cormier and John Jones, he got knocked out real quick by Johnson, though. But I think he's going to be taking this fight. This is just another fight. I think the UFC is giving Gus to work him up, to give him another like epic title shot war that people want to see. I think this is going to be a fight for Gus. Probably going to be an easy win. He's just fought better competition. He's fought the best of the best, and he's come close to him. The only time is with Rumble, but like no one can really take a shot from Rumble. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Gus with the TKO, probably in the 2nd round or 3rd round dominant decision. What about you?
Yeah, the line's too crazy for me to bet on Alex in this fight. I do think he's going to win, but I don't think it's that. I honestly think it's a closer fight than people think. I mean, Jan knocked out Latifi in the 1st round with a really good body kick. But, yeah, he didn't look that good in his last fight against Igor Prohayak. That's usually one of the worst fighters ever to be in the UFC, and he was hurting Jan. So, you know what? Jan's tough, though, dude. He has a good chin. He has a good stand-up, but he doesn't have good takedown defense. And I think Gustafsson's just more well-rounded. I mean, he arguably beat John Jones. The DC fight was pretty close, too. DC won, though. And Gus has just been in there with better guys. He's a good fighter, man. I like Gus. I want to see Gus against Jones in the rematch. So I do see Gus finishing, though. I see Gus hurting him on the feet and getting a TKO, maybe in the 1st, 2nd round. But it's not going to be a walk in the park. I can see Jan tagging him on the feet a little bit. But I'm going to go with Gus. The line's too crazy. I mean, was he minus 600? So I might put him in a parlay. I'm not sure yet. But I would never pick Jan in this fight. But it's close. Closer than people think. All right, so I was supposed to call the last fight, but some dick, kind of interrupted me. Just kidding. We got Arlovski against Josh Barnett. I'm not betting on this fight because it's another heavyweight fight that I'm not that confident in. Just like the Stipe, Overeem fight. We'll talk about that next card, though. Arlovski's 25-12. We got Barnett 34-8. I'm picking Barnett. I think Barnett's more well-rounded. but I won't be surprised if Arlovski knocks him out. But Barnett has a pretty good chin, dude. I mean, he took a lot of punishment against Roy Nelson, big country, and Arlovski has a terrible chin. He gasses out too. I mean, he's not really good on the ground. If Arlovski gets a knockout win, I won't be surprised, but I'm gonna go with Barnett because he's more around it. I think they both have fought good competition, but I think Barnett has a few more good wins under his belt. And if Barnett gets her to the ground, it's all she wrote. So I can see Barnett connecting with some knees and maybe getting like a TKO or just getting to the ground, getting the sub. So Barnett's gonna get a finish in this fight. And yeah, I got Barnett. What about you?
Yeah, this is a hard fight to call. It's pretty 50-50. All going into this today, I thought that it was gonna be. I had Josh Barnett, but now I don't know. I just don't feel it. I feel like he's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe he's kind of lost it. He's kind of lost the motivation. But
they're both on their way out for sure.
Yeah, I think they're both on their way out. Arlovski losing against Reem too wasn't good for him either. That kind of killed his momentum, I think. He didn't really want to fight against Reem. I think he was scared from the beginning. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with my gut and go with Barnett. I think he's gonna grapple him out and just get him with the ground and pound. I don't think it's gonna go the distance. These guys are heavyweights. I think he's gonna get a TKO. So I'm gonna go with Barnett with the TKO.
All right, cool. My most confident picks in this card are Scott Askham, Dalby, and Latifi. And I'm pretty confident Ashby Evan Smith too. What about you?
So my most confident picks, though, doesn't mean I'm betting on all. My most confident picks right now is going to probably be Gustafsson, Latifi, and Askham.
All right, cool. Before we go, let's talk about the next card. I mean, I'm super pumped for the next card. I honestly think CM Punk is going to get lit up. I honestly have – I've watched all Mickey Gall's pro fights, his amateur fights, a lot of tape on this kid. He's a beast. He's going to go make some waves in this division. He trained with the Miller Bros. I don't see CM Punk stand a chance. Maybe Punk might, hurt him a little bit, but I don't think so, dude. I think Gall's can hurt him on the feet or sub him pretty fast. I see Mickey Gall by a first-round disruption.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, even though that's for the next video.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm pumped. I'm so pumped for that card, dude.
Punk in there, you know what I mean? Like in the UFC. Yeah. Like Brock Lesnar, I understood because he's like a high-level collegiate wrestler, but CM Punk, he's not. He's just an actor, in my opinion, So like it takes.
Yeah, he trains with Showtime Pettis, but we'll see.
It takes more than 2 years to get good at it at mixed martial arts. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, even if you can be training with the best, but it doesn't mean you know what to do. Like, I'm sure they're not lighting him up in the training camps because that fool would be going home crying every day. But like think of. I mean, I don't know if you've ever trained jiu-jitsu, but like just a year, even grappling with brown belts. You know what I mean? Like or like higher level belts. Like just within 1 year, you only can learn so much, and in another year, you finally start learning maybe how to start attacking. But I just don't see him learning enough in that time span to be able to fight someone like Mickey Gall, that has fought an amateur, that has a lots of years of fighting in his, you just don't get that in 2 years. This is not
Yeah.
It's not acting.
We'll leave all this for the next card. I mean, CM Punk's a big dude, but we're going to spend a lot of time with the next card. There's a lot of good fights on this next card. I'm so pumped for a lot of them. I got a couple of dogs I'm eyeing on, too. Mick Lentz against Tyson Mob. Lentz is the dog. I guarantee you he's going to get the win. We'll talk about that later. So, all right, guys. Peace out. Have a good night, and we'll see you in a week.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in.